Oh, hi. Shouldn't really use these videos as a thing, but why not? It's supposed to be a personal thing, and my big issue at the moment is I need to find a bank. We don't have to be a bank. I believe in my area they have some certain things that are like a bank, but not a bank, if that makes sense, especially in forests. Yeah, that'll click you. I live just down the road from me. I live in Lambride. I know the chances of someone seeing this are a bit vague, but no, because I will post this. I will look through methodically through Facebook and I will find some Moray-based not debt agents, that they've got a name, but I know them when I see them. And I'll earmark this for just people in Moray. I mean, obviously anyone in the whatever bigger picture can see this, but it will be earmarked at that. I've got an invite friends, I haven't done that. But I don't think the one criticism got this, you can't tell. Well, he might be up. You used to. You could invite friends, right? Similar to the messenger thing. And you could tell if they're actually online. I mean, some of these people, well, John might see, there you go. There you go. John Barkley is what I call like Janice Gordon is. Well, there you go. Tigger, yeah, these are mainly, no, they're Indian, right? But I might do that. What are we? Yeah, I can look in a minute on that. Well, I'll just do this. Fuck it. Because it's not going to matter a day. And tomorrow I'll probably, send this to them. Get it personal. I have in a sense. That's just a reminder. So my scenario is I'm looking for a good bank, and I don't consider the Bank of Scotland a good bank. I've just had quite a lengthy conversation with their so-called disabled advisor come officer. Nice lady, funny enough. Whether she was in the Philippines or from the Philippines, again, I got that because I could pick up her accent, and I mentioned I've got a goddaughter in the Philippines, So there's a nice connection with her, but it was clear that her bosses or that ilk had clearly made up lots of things, and what she told me after quite a lengthy chat, they couldn't help me, and that there was no special facilities, get it, for disabled pensioners, because we are, like lots of people, we're a bit of a special group. Just think this trip through. We're disabled, right? Now, a lot of people, that might not immediately mean anything to them, but for some of us, myself, oh, hi, Hatman Early, I remember you. It means, for me and other people, that right from the early age, get it, before you could even go and get a job, I'm looking at 15 or 16, you get me, I'm just about to leave school, and I have my first major psychotic episode. I didn't actually get sectioned then, but it's clear the condition was coming through. I just flash into psychosis. Yeah, but eventually I did get sectioned, and it was probably only about, again, it's hard, isn't it? 17 or 18. Yeah. So, yeah, I could have had a job. I did have a job. There you go, Miller's Pie Boy. But that was like a 16-year-old kid job, right? So it's just to set the time. I can get all this. So I was sectioned at a very early age and was technically written off, because that's what happens to people like that. I remember coming out of my hospital where I was, and you go to see a doctor. Another infection. How I was diagnosed was quite interesting. I knew, because you do, if you look into things, what the fuck's wrong with me, right? And chatting with fellow prisoners, there's a Freudian slip. We are like that. Under section, it's like being in a prison. You are contained for a month. They can vary against your will. Yeah, it's like, you are in a lock-up ward there. But in chatting around and looking into it, I self-diagnosed myself as a manic depressive. So this is my first section, right? Well, first section. That doesn't mean my first psychotic experience. That's a different matter. But so I'm going to see the doctor and I'm about to be discharged. But moving in the spirit, I wrote on my jeans with a biro, I am a manic depressive and I need lithium. Now, I did that because for a lot of instances, the psychiatrists are a bit reticent to give you that sort of diagnosis. Similar analogy, are very reticent to give you a diagnosis of schizophrenia because of all the bad press and what's generally associated with that condition, and it can expand over to manic depression. Right? Well, it does. There's a lot of idiot cunts out there, bigots and narrow-minded and don't know, what they're talking about. They think they know what you right, get it, because they've never had a psychotic episode. To me, it's like someone who can see trying to advise someone who's blind. To me, that's the arrogant level. And this goes through all of it. Psychiatrists, if you've never had a psychotic episode, cosmic humor, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because it is a unique experience for each individual. So yes, you can have hallucinations as a phenomena. You can hear voices as a phenomena. There are certain similarities of experience. But at the end of the day, someone that moves into psychosis is going through spiritual emergence. Now, this is accepted more in America. Hasn't quite filtered through, to England, Scotland get it, but in America, that's quite an acceptable concept, spiritual emergence. And for me, this was a spiritual emergence. I knew there was some higher power behind all this phenomena. Get it? But I also knew through karma and things that I'd attracted this to me for my own growth. So I didn't resist it, but it did freak you out. Of course it does. You enter into a complete state of altered consciousness where really in reality all you can do is, literally. Anyone to tell you that who's tripped out. There's an experience in the trip where you're just literally on your back and it's all too much, man. Get it? But you are just, because your mind can't accurately assess what's going on. There's your term. You've blown your fucking mind. But if you're in a good set and a setting, it's okay. And as our mate who discovered our LSD and that has said, this is just like an induced experience and it will pass. So you don't luckily get into a panic. You don't get into paranoia, but you can if you are sharing this experience with idiot cunts. This is what Timothy Leary taught. Set and setting. Get it? This is not a drug high, although there's a similarity. I'm just continuing, but you're entering into a spiritual experience. And his set and setting was that, this must be a good, religious significance. So he'd recommend generally Good Friday, very spiritual time for you if you happen to be a Christian then. Of course, it can be all the rest of the stuff, buddy, not right. And his teachings were pretty spot on, but we all know that the system in the end had him banged into, I think he was sectioned and banged up and was seen as some terrorist threat because he may have shared, just in sharing, but it wouldn't have worked anyway. Or I think we should put LSD into the waterworks. His sentiments were right, but it wouldn't have worked, right? But yes, people who turn on should obviously do it voluntarily and with understanding. So he was right on that tack. Talked about setting and that. But unfortunately, I don't know if he probably is dead now, bless him, but we've got to die. But Timothy Leary was an unrecognised genius. And had he been given the right support, scientific support, the world would be a better and a different place than what it is now. Yeah, LSD is and was a gift from God. You've only got to look into how Hoffman discovered LSD. He wasn't trying to make an hallucinogenic, get it? I don't know what he was trying to do, whatever, because LSD is an acid. It's called lysergic acid. Hi, John. And something made him, well, what could we call? I've got a diagram. Hi, John. I don't know if you're still there. You've just joined. I need, I've already asked you for a lawyer and I've got that. John Ross. I have contacted John Ross. But I'm now, John, looking for a good bank. Well, that's what this is called. Looking for a good bank that will grant me, as a disabled pensioner, that means, either £100 overdraft or up to about a £250 credit card. Now, can you recommend me a bank? That's it. There are certain unions in forests. They're not actually a bank, but they are similar to a bank. And I need one that I can bank online. Hi, Graham. Yeah, hold on. Oh, yeah, hi, John. Well, I'm talking to you now if you are watching. Can you recommend me a good bank, could be a bank, that will offer me, as an old age pensioner with disability, some kind of credit? It could be an overdraft, but again, if the laws are all, or it could even be just a credit card, but as a disabled person, because I'm having trouble. Oh, thank you, Nationwide. Well, can you give us I know the Nationwide. So you're saying to me, if I go to the Nationwide, well, I can't pay. Will it be a credit card or will it be an overdraft? There is a difference. Go on, you can answer that. Credit card or overdraft. It's all right. I mean, I'll go and thank you. I will go and see them and suss it for myself. But if you happen to know definite that that's, one of the two, I'll carry on with my video because I'll just waff onto some other subject. Now, all you're saying is Nationwide. There's no more you can tell us, yeah? I'm waiting now. Well, okay. You're probably, what is it? Oh, no, it's about 11 o'clock and you're probably wanting to go to bed. Well, thank you very much, John. I will now change tack and moving in the spirit, and obviously we'll look into that. Well, I could go online in a minute. Yeah, that'll all be available online. I don't think I could sign up, but thank you very much. I don't think I'll go into the background. Well, the background is that I went for an extensive interview today with the Bank of Scotland, and they've got some kind of, I've been told many times I can't have an overdraft. Didn't even get an interview. Get it? Hold on. Debit card with overdraft facility. Well, hold on. That sounds, oh no, that'd be it. Yeah. If you've got a debit card, yeah, I understand that. Well, that's a bit Mickey Mouse because generally a debit card is, I've got one. You can only use it if there's money in it. That's what's called a debit and not a credit. But I'll look into it because that could be like a twist. Yeah, the overdraft is probably conditional, which is what I need. I don't want it so I'm going to do my shopping with it. But it is mainly when bills don't cross over, direct debits and things like this. And it could be conditioned to that. I don't know, but thank you very much. I'll go online and look into that because I've got the bank Nationwide and they will probably have that information available online. And thank you. So where are we off to now, Batman? Well, there's still this stuff going on with Facebook. Now, this is funny, but it's actually true. believe it or not, because this is people's stereotype, I'm technically a house angel. I say technically. I have met house angels, and more importantly, I've turned on house angels. Now, what does that mean? That means at the Stonehenge Festival, because I'm a great advocate for the legalisation of marijuana. And some of you might not know that about me, but I am. And at a Stonehenge Festival, I turned up and I was singing on what's called the Peace Convoy stage. And I was what you call channeling, although I can't, well, yeah, just give you a list of the songs I was singing. That says it all. I know it's marijuana, but I like it. Based on a Rolling Stone song, right? Legalise it, which is self-explanatory. Skin up, you bastards, which is also, for those who understand drug culture, skin up means roll a joint. And also I turned up to this festival as a lone biker. So that's, again, the angels know me. I'm a lone biker, and I turned up with my own colours, and I called my motorcycle club Skin Up MC. Now, those of you who think, oh, he's talking like shit, Leonard Skinner, a well-known rock band, yeah, were bikers, but their own little club, Leonard Skinner MC. So it's acceptable, and you actually give them quite a bit of respect, because I've got no soldiers. I've got no gang, and didn't have a gang, but I was a lone biker, and people that know me round here remember the days I used to drive around with a trike. Fucking, yeah, this trike was homemade and based on a Mini. And I used to, the roundabout by Tesco's. Oh, I'm quite a celebrity to those, whatever, street people. I used to fucking drive by in this roundabout, and they'd all be cheering, because it fucking was something else. It was a mini engine trike, cut down, legal, just about, cut down the fuck, and it was a car engine, Mini 850, legal, but a bit rough, shall we say. Well, I've also had other trikes. Yeah, I've had proper commercially made trikes, and I've had the money. And this German thing, wasn't cheap either. Yeah, I love the open air. I love, probably not so much now, I'm getting on, but that's what I like about a motorbike. And trikes are even an inch up because they're safe as fuck. Trikes are considered a disabled person's vehicle because they can be modified for people with disabilities. You can have a trike, an automatic trike, just like I would need. You only have 1 foot pedal, of course you've got your throttle, you've got your brake, and 1 foot pedal, which serves as your brake and clutch in a sense, and that is an automatic trike. And if you've got an automatic car license or whatever, you can drive it. And that's what I've had in the past. So back to this. I am accredited, now this is whatever, as being a house angel, but by who? By certain chapters of house angels, those I physically met. And I met the All England chapter at this Stonehenge Festival, right? I've also met, of course it's name dropping, the Freaky Few, which is a very small chapter of house angels, hence the name Freaky Few. Probably only about a 25 membership. And I've heard through the grapevine, well, their connection is they've had a psychotic illness. So we clicked, get it? Yeah. And that, well, take it up with them. They may have a website. So I've met the All England House Angels. I've met the Freaky Few. I mean, met. I was actually in the famous Rock City nightclub in near Leicester. Come on, Graham, where the fuck? Oh, it's famous. it's the Rock City, but it's in a place. Fucking. Anyway, I just need to say that because there is only one. Might be one in London, but this isn't there. Nottingham, I think. Yeah. And very fantastic place if you've ever been inside it. You go up these escalate stairs, but there's very heavy security. Can't carry a weapon in there. But guess what? Hell's Angels literally run that club. In the contacts, of course, there's official staff, but they just walk around as they own it. They go into the staff's quarters. Well, it's my trip. This angel was on his own, which is a bit unusual, rare, but me being the good Christian, went up to him, can I buy you a drink? And made sure I'm not gay. Said, no, man, I'll just sit. I told him to share. You just look lonely, unusual, would you like to talk to someone? See, that's the Christian way. He said, no, you're all right, man. No, you're all right. But then when he left the bar, because maybe he just had a bit of a upset with one of his brother angels and gone off here to cool down and realised, it's probably time I've got to go back and fucking apologise to this cunt, because that's what angels are like. They're brothers. And they might have a little tiff and an upset and then calm down. Well, that's what he's doing here. I sussed in the spirit. But then when he left, he looked at the fucking bar teller. Whatever he wants, you give him it free. Meaning he would probably come back and check and fucking, whoa. I wouldn't like to be that bartender. If he had come back, he didn't, you know what I mean? And he asked, well, you wouldn't speak to me like that. He said, well, how you doing? And did he give you a free drink? Yeah. So that's the sort of trip in this club. So again, I've met angels. That's meeting an angel. Why? Hardly any cunt speaks to angels because they've been bad pressed. The general reaction to Hell's Angels when they're at a club, or some people just turn their back. And they certainly won't go up and chat to them, probably because they're shit scared, but you know what I mean? They're what's the word? But anyway, I do, an app, because that's the Christian way. Get it? I don't care what the fuck people have said about this man. You go up and offer him friendship. Judge not. Yeah, that is the Christian way. Judge not. And I don't judge. I give someone a chance. Now, if they tell me to fuck up, that's a different trip. And I would just fuck off. Because again, the Christian way is not to get into fucking fisticuffs because someone happens to be very emotionally disturbed. And I can take someone telling me to fuck off. Get told it all the time. That's another thing about following the Christian way. Expect to be despised and rejected of men. That's handle. Yeah, expect that. If you're generally following the way of Christ, you will not expect, but you can expect to be treated like that. Because a lot of people are idiot cunts, are full of paranoia and fear themselves. But the most I will ever do to someone is ask. Yeah, let's get this. Or I don't hustle people. But I can ask people for help. Well, I've just asked you and I'm asking you, right? But it looks like I've got my answer already, Can you recommend me a bank that as an old age pensioner and as a disabled old age pensioner? So no, then you're not going to be a big customer. Get it there. That's your income, is your pension. They know that. But they also, if they're a good, compassionate bank, get it? Yeah. Hello, Nationwide. That they allow for that. Doesn't mean any old cunt can go and get an overdraft. But if you've got the proof that you are disabled and a pensioner, they will know, as this Bank of Scotland should know, and that's why I was angry with them, that people like me It's a real struggle to live from week to week. Get it? A real struggle. Yeah. And that's another issue which John will support. We don't get anything near the financial assistance we should have. We can just say that as a statement. And John knows at the moment I am fighting or contesting my lack of mobility award. And as I've approached the PIP system, I've got fucking medical documents up to my cunt arse. Oh yeah, I do swear. We'll put that in right now. Yes, I do swear. I am what's called a streetwise minister of God. So when in my church, Jesus Fellowship Church, that I am still a member, we are the cunts that went out with the buses on the streets of London, big double-decker buses, and people will know this, and we're the cunts that were called the Jesus Army. Not your average church. So we went out with our uniform because that was for the sake of the police and everyone else. We were the Jesus Army and we had badges. The police knew who the fuck we were and gave us the respect due, get it? They knew, no, they're just guys out on the street. No, they're not looking for trouble, get it? Rare. Well, they could look aggressive, guy walking around with a fucking combat jacket. But no, anyone reading it could see, oh, Jesus Army. And we were known on the streets what we were. Nah, they're just Christians. They're all right. They were, army. And, oh, yeah, you can get free food from them because that's what we had, right? Big double-decker bus. And the sisters would come on what's called a mission and they'd be cooking food all fucking night. We'd go right through the night till about maybe 3 or 4 in the morning and we still had to work. But it's our mission. You didn't do this all the time. And then we'd drive back and some people would be brought home. Homeless people. And, we had a home we could offer them and maybe they might decide to join us. Maybe they might not. But we got ripped off the fuck. Needless to say, because these were dodgy characters and a lot of them didn't want to know about Jesus, get it, and didn't give a fuck. Because actually it was quite if you join the Jesus Fellowship Church, I've been going on about 10%, well, that is scriptural. We gave all our wages back to the church. We had fuck all. So I have the right to speak to any pop star motherfucker cunt that comes onto Facebook and challenge them. Yeah. Yes, okay, you've just had a big write-up, you've given 10 million to this. Do you tithe? Yeah. Well, yeah, this is a biblical injunction, but like a lot of things, it's just got washed under the carpet and whatever. But it means we're enchanted, that's a Freudian slip. We are requested via the Bible that we should give 10% of our earnings to charity. Not to the fucking Vatican, not to the fucking church as an institution, but it got twisted. But it is to charity. And I can, as a minister of God, challenge any cunt to that. They can tell me to fuck off. But once they've fucking been told, that's a different trip. So, okay, you're living in ignorance and darkness. You've never fucking heard of tithing, right? Yeah, and you do your odd little ego trip thing of giving a lot of money to charity once in a blue moon. And you might even be, your conscience is fulfilled. Well, I bring the cutting word. That's what it means. Excuse me, motherfuck. I couldn't care if you are, a big pop star or a big fucking movie star. Do you tithe? I'm putting them on the spot. Well, what the fuck's that? Or they might even know, nah, fuck off, you stupid fundamentalist cunt. There's a load of bollocks, as an example, right? But once I've done that, they will accrue instant karma. What you do in ignorance is obviously more tolerated. You don't know anything about timing, but once you're informed of it, so you're given a chance to change your ways or to look at your life and go and see another minister. And this cunt told me I've got to give 10% tithing. Someone you personally look up to, your guru, whoever the fuck else it is, right? And they will probably agree with me. Well, actually, Johnny Willie, yeah, that is a biblical injunction. Not many people fulfill it. But if this is a minister of God that's told you that or challenged you and you ignore it, you will incur karma. Now, that's an Eastern concept, but it's a Christian concept. The real Christian teaching is that there is such a thing as reincarnation. Certain scriptures were kept in, although these cunts in the 14th century, whenever it was, who had their little conference and suddenly the Bible was edited and all references to reincarnation were taken out. Now that doesn't take a fucking genius to suss that out. Why? Because their big trip then was to the people, well, if you give us a lot of money, we could absolve you from these sins. And again, on the same trip, well, you've only got this one life, and if you don't want to go to hell, you better pay us, I'm looking at the time, it is 11, you better pay us all this money, right? And that's the trip. And it's corrupt as fuck. There's a name for it, obeisances or something, but it's a load of man-made cunt shit. And at this conference, 13th century, it's all known. It happened and the Bible was doctored to fuck. Get it? And all slight, not all of them, but most of the references of Jesus' teaching about reincarnation were taken out. Now, these cunts, of course, are going to, and have accrued incredible karma, because it's even in the scriptures. He who alters or takes away a jot of this, you are warned. Yeah. So, back to the original trip. So I have recently, just because I occasionally pop into Facebook, there's been about 4 or 5 where I've really moved in the cutting word. One recently, we do the heaviest, sir. The Brazilian new elected president is quoted as saying, he's talking about how the Americans, he's talking about cavalries. There you go. So he's ilking it to that. My cavalry is sort of the gist of what he said, but did he? There you go. My cavalry isn't as efficient as the American cavalry that did wipe out nearly all the Native Americans, right? But he's talking about his cavalry will be doing the same to obviously some ethnic group in Brazil, similar to Native Americans. There you go. There you go. The people who do actually live in the forests and the jungle, the original native people, and he's threatening to have them wiped out. So I, moving in the spirit, because you over my fucking dead body, you cunt. And that's the sentiment I expect. And then I shared, again, just moving in the spirit, I'm moving prophecy and other things. I think you'll be having a cruise missile with your name put on it. But then I reiterate, of course, President Trump has the final say. It's his job, if you like, to decide who does get a cruise missile dumped on him, right? Because this weapon, again, it's probably a load of bollocks, or it's still to be developed. But I've had in the spirit that there's a new form of cruise missile. So it's still got the guidance technology, and it's still small and compact. That's fine if it ties up. Oh, I've got to go. This bollocks by Iran. They're going to be, their own people are revolting. Because a fucking big fucking airliner, get it, can't be mistaken for a cruise missile. That's just what I'm talking about. They're very small, totally nothing like a fucking passenger airliner, get it? So there's two major trips there that the cunts that did launch that should not have been given that job. Oh no, we don't blame them, or we do in a sense. Who were the cunts that gave them this job? It's just a job, right? Such a responsible job as that, as launching missiles to take out so-called cruise missiles. That's supposed to be a justification. Needless to say, they're Russian. Yeah, a bit prejudiced, but yeah, obviously not very good system. Yeah. But the trip surely is that level that, okay, the WOPs, if you want to call them, the soldiers that did it, should not have been given that responsibility. Get it? They should have been properly trained. So, yes, this does escalate up a couple of notches. And this wallerfuck cunt who's head of Iran had better watch his fucking knickers. And I'm not talking about cruise missiles. I'm talking about his very people. And there's been talks, as President Trump rightly has recently said, do not slaughter or kill your protesters. Because that's what these countries do. They kill their own fucking people because they are expressing anger and would want to know what I'm saying. Who the fuck give these cunts that responsible jobs? It's not just them, the poor, all right, the poor grunts who were doing it. They should never have been given that job. Get it? They should be properly trained. Who knows the ins and outs of that? Could be loads of different things. Get it? Yeah. That the people shouldn't have been given the job, okay. Or, well, your mind can boggle. You know, the people that should have been doing it were doing something else. Oh, he was down the fucking nightclub. Didn't turn up. Yeah, nice. It can all matter. Didn't turn up for his shift. Rare. And so they had no, get it, responsibility to appoint these cunts to do it who didn't know what the fuck they were doing. See what I mean? It is that bit of gossipy. It isn't just the grunts. It's not their fault. Turn it round the circle. They're just an ordinary Joe Blogg soldier and they're fucking given this job, you know, to launch these missiles. For fuck's sake. So you can't blame them. Because they're just for, well, Sergeant Motherfuck Cunt Rainer, or whoever it is, told me I've got to do this, and I didn't know what the fuck I'm doing. Get it? Well, we didn't. That is half the trip. Oh, it was a mistake. But it was a mistake because the soldiers should never have been put in that job, and the people responsible for not making sure correct. I mean, it's not they're on fucking guard duty at a fucking, you get what I mean? We're talking about people responsible for law. Well, you see the significance of launching a fucking missile that took out a fucking, oh dear, passenger plane. But this is good. Because I got the vibe. See, I'm psychic. Saw this film of all the people mourning the Canadians, and this was general mourning. But as they said, that's what happens with grief. It starts with tears, and then it turns to anger. That's a natural response. Yeah? Grief. Don't ask me, ask some cunt psychologist. It backed me up. Oh, yeah, you at first, of course, you're sad. Of course you are, and you're weeping and that. And then eventually it turns to anger, and righteous anger. And that's only happened to his own people. Get it? Righteous anger. Well, what? Because that's what I sussed in minutes. They've already sussed. Get it? Imagine. Well, who the fuck put these cunts on this job when they couldn't fucking know what the fuck they were doing? Because they'd admit that. Well, I didn't know what I'm fucking doing. I didn't. But the cunts, the cunts who are supposed to do it didn't turn up. And imagine that. See what I mean? It's a bigger, you could probably see about 20 or 30 soldiers that are going to have to go through the fucking mill. And they'll all be dropping each other in the shop. Shit, chain of command. And it could go fucking right up the chain of command, get it? Because they'll all be dropping each other in the shit. Well, actually, it's Walla Walla cunt who authorised this. Wasn't just grunts, get it? It was Walla Walla cunt, the local fucking shit, whatever, who's in charge of that area, rare, and he was turning a blind eye because he was probably down the distillery all night. Yeah, probably on the cunts that was going to nightclubs himself. Ooh. But anyway, the truth will come out because you've got all these Canadian people now. And I just watched this tonight and I could suss in the spirit, oh, this is going to be very instrumental to having these cunts in their hand, have their fucking, clips clipped. And these are the warmongering cunts, I'll just call them that. Their days are fucking numbered. And we don't have to worry about going in there. But as President Trump says, he's watching. And if there is demonstrations, which there will be, and if innocent people are slaughtered, that cunt will have a fucking cruise missile up his fucking ass. Oh, I'm sure he's got his name on one of these missiles. Of course he has. And that's the safest, less people, innocent people, they call it fucking word. Oh, it's a word that means innocent people get killed in such an attack. They use it in the whatever. Oh, that'd be the most efficient means, because this cruise missile is napalm headed. So it's not explosive. It releases, there's probably a slight explosion, but its main weaponry device is it releases a really hot or a substance that is very, very hot. It melts metal, it melts rock. Get it? Because it's the nearest thing they can describe it. Napalm, it's a variation on that. But that is just a heat weapon, if you follow me, not explosive. And these weapons are probably already invaded. I've picked up in the spirits, roast pig, well done. Now, this is an axiom that the manufacturers or the people that make these missiles are using. Get it? Roast pig, well done. And that's what will be the reality. This weapon will roast people if they're in a bunker alive. This weapon will roast wherever they are, alive. But not a lot of other things are taken out. Yeah, it's not high explosive, but if accurately targeted, whether it's a cunt in a car, whether it's a cunt asleep in his bed, yeah, safest time to attack, isn't it? Cunt's 2:00 in the morning, he's fucking roast pig. All his security guards or whatever, roast pig, well done. Now, that's President Trump's job, and that's why we should respect President Trump. It is a major, but he's been given this role. And I'm not just talking about him being elected, although that is significant. It's also a very spiritual role to be head of a big country like America. And I assure you that all these cunts are slagging off President Trump. Most of us are now can see through it for what it is, as he himself says. The media is corrupt as fuck. And the media try to stir people up with all these provocative, headlines and all this shit about this cunt that's been recently taken. I mean, what a load of bollocks. We'll go back on that. This airstrike's got fuck all to do with President Trump taking out this cunt. Because it's to do with people being put in a job that they shouldn't have been put in. Get it? This wasn't, well, they've admitted it. a reasonable retaliation act. It was a complete fuck up. That's right. The people who launched, do it again, the missile, weren't properly trained, and they couldn't distinguish between a fucking cruise missile, which is what they're meant to be fucking, to a fucking big airliner that was attacked 3 minutes after it had taken off. Get it? So they would have known where this missile was coming from. See, I'm being sarcastic now. Yeah, it's coming from a fucking major airport, for fuck's sake. And again, we go on the trip. Oh, but they didn't. Again, they were down the disco, mate. And the people that should have been monitoring the fucking, get it, were down the disco. So they were being monitored by a bunch of cunts who didn't know what they were doing. Yeah. Because we have that technology. We can, well, how the fuck do you think they've been caught out? Because American surveillance picked up and said, well, this is where these missiles were launched from. Get it? Which was Iranian soil, rare. And they were the first to point out, although they sat on it for a bit, yeah, this is a fucking missile attack. But even they realised, well, this is cunt shit. How the fuck, didn't they know that it was a fucking big airliner and not a cruise? That's why. Because the people, bless them. I mean, I'd be very compassionate towards them. It's similar to the Hells Angels and other things that have been sent into armed conflict. They were just doing their fucking job. But Elsie said, oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, But they were ordered, right, man this, and they made a decision because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Yeah, we go around in that, some cunt was on the radar, but they didn't know what the fuck it was. And they'd been hyped up. Maybe they had, but that's not the trip. The trip was they weren't properly trained soldiers, and it does go up the chain of command. Now, my imagination is pretty vivid, right? It's probably got nothing to do with cunts going down the disco, but it's a layman's way of saying it. Whoever the proper troops were, well, what, out to fucking lunch? Yeah. And then we go on another trip. Oh, but there is no properly trained soldiers. Then what the fuck are they doing with fucking missile launchers? Get it? Either way, Iran's in deep fucking shit. And it won't be the Americans that will go in and take the cunts out. There might be a few cruise missiles involved. That's it. Who knows, they probably will overstep the mark. And they're being told they're being watched. You start slaughtering your own people, we will fucking step in, you cunt. And it'll be you, get it? Iranian fucking whatever he is, Walla cunt with his fucking thing, is the prime target. And any cunt that has anything to do with you. And do you think the people are going to give a fuck? Get the trip. Iranians start slaughtering innocent protesters, their own people. Do you think they are going to give a fuck if the cunt's taken out and a few other cunts with cruise missiles? They will celebrate. They're already fucking kicking up now. To the effect we want this cunt out of office, because it will get to that very quickly. As the truth comes out that Walla Walla and the cunt brains, the soldiers who actually were, didn't have a clue what they were fucking doing, and that probably no cunt had a clue what they're doing, and this is just a missile. You get me? See, the trip is, this isn't some cunt with a fucking gun on a machine gun post who happens to accidentally shoot some cunt, which does go on. This is nearly 200 or whatever lives, innocent people. And this is where 2 or 3 countries are all going to, well, they're already meeting. Get you? They've got the grieving, and that affects the whole country. Because everyone like me who sees that, people innocently and unjustly killed, get it? It's not like a normal war action. It's a fair exchange, and these cunts have got guns, and they've got guns, and yes, some people are killed. This is just slaughter of the innocent and should never have happened. And there's not a fucking cunt with 3 brain cells working that can come to that conclusion. That's what's happening. The very Iranian people. And when it comes out, it's Walla Walla cunt chic fuck brain or whatever, they will find out who it is, but Walla Walla fuck brain cunt brain is probably linked to the Iranian president. You get it? Because you could argue, well, how come the fucking president didn't step in? Because Walla Walla cunt brain, admits, well, yeah, we weren't properly equipped to have this sophisticated weaponry system, and no cunt knew what they were doing with it. Yeah. So, okay, there's another angle. Yeah, I'm picking up yes, Russia. Hi, Matty. Hi, John Shope. Russia supplied, I believe so, correct me wrong, this weaponry system. Now, that sounds a bit familiar, doesn't it? We look around the world and we see how many of these iffy groups, whatever you want to call them, are being supplied by Russia. I believe also I saw something about Russia announcing they were supporting the Chinese of their takeover of Tibet. Now, I've not got that bit twisted, but that's the trip. Get it? And they're probably even, it sounds daft, but well, you wouldn't think they need it, but, that Russia might be supplying them with advice and fucking weapons that they haven't quite got. They seem to have got more rockets up their fucking arse than any other cunt. Mind you, a lot of people have said they're inefficient shit. You get me? Fucking out of date, not very well guided and shit. But they're big, fucking big Chinese missiles. You have all these fucking displays on the fucking big missiles. But if you look at them, they look like fucking old things out the 1930s. They really look antiquated. Yeah. They've got all these missiles, but they're not really, technologically efficient. But the Russians do have technological efficiency. And that seems to be the trip. That I've seen a few things where the Russian president openly is showing support for China. Well, I've had that. I'll say this. Well, Putin, you're not beyond a fucking cruise missile up your fucking arse. Of course, President Trump will consider this, but I wouldn't be surprised if your name's on a cruise missile. And at the appropriate time, when it felt that the people are ready, again, it's the Russian people that will do it again. I'm having this in the spirit. I'm predicting or prophesying that the Russian people will start demonstrating on their street. Fuck this cunt, we want him out. It probably isn't at that level, but it's getting there. And then Trump will do the same number. We're watching you, and don't touch your protesters, because everyone's got a right to protest. Or else you will be, well, you wouldn't say it like that, because President Trump's culture, you wouldn't say you'll end up dog meat or roast pork well done. That's just street people talk. Roast pork well done. That's their way of, well, they've got a job. Imagine you're manufacturing these. You've got to get through the day, right? And so that would be the sort of joke on the factory floor, Probably chalk, you see it in the movies, putting it on the side with chalk, roast pig, well done, or RP, but they know it's an internal joke. And they're taking pride, I think they've got about 1,750. That's again, that can be wrong. Made. It's not a lot. Don't need a lot. Get it? This isn't to kill troops. This isn't, it's a different sort of functional weapon. It's to take out the head. That's just flashed in. The head of the snakes. What do? You take out the head, literally the head. and that's it. And suddenly the whole chain of command's fucked. But you only do that when a level of the people have risen up. So that hasn't happened. Well, we don't know, do we? The media get it. There probably is things happening like this in Russia, but it doesn't get shown on the news because they suppress it. They cover the news. Get it? But it's certainly happening in Iran. From what I've seen tonight, demonstrations on the street. And of course, these people are really courageous because these cunts will take them out, and they probably already have. But the trip is, President Trump said, we are watching you. And we've got the technology, we've got satellites, get it? They are being watched. And they go over a certain line. But of course, that's Mr. Trump. See, we can all get dramatic and whatever. I'm just a channel in a rock and roll band. That's my latest mantra. I'm just a channel in, it's the Moody Blues actually. I'm just a channel in a rock and roll band. And that's been flashing in a lot. Because that's what my guides do. You know, a song will just come into my brain and it will sort of obviously influence my channeling. I'm just a channel in a, that means I am just a channel. Don't get big-headed. You're just an instrument for the spirit to work through, which is always the case. But we can forget it. We have egos, and we can start psyching ourselves up. No, I'm well trained. I know my job. I know what I'm here for. And I'm not on some power trip, meaning I am very clear. Whatever I might be channeling, it's President Trump that carries and does that role if it's needed to be done. And I trust that. Yeah. So I can come right calmly down and just say, oh, I'm perfectly at peace with Mr. Trump being in charge of America. Now, I know there's a lot of people that aren't, right? Well, that's for them to work it out or not work it out. Get it? I don't get into the political squabble. You know, this shit, because that's what it is, shit. This isn't about personalities. Get it? And this isn't against someone that may or may not have entered into some kind of minor sexual transgression. Who the fuck are we to judge? There's not a cunt here. And there's not many people here anyway who hasn't got some kind of sexual discretion. Whatever it is. You know, bit of a flirtatious thing with your secretary. It don't really mean anything, but yeah, you tell me, yeah. There's no one. The trip is he who's without sin, throw the first stone, and none of you can fucking throw a stone. Why? Majority of humanity is as corrupt and fucked up as cunt. Yeah. We might all try and, you know, like me, or I'm a lay Baptist priest, and, you know, well, actually, I am pretty good on that number. I am celibate. As I sit before you now, I am celibate. I have a lady in Thailand, so I'm not a pervert. I've got natural sexual instincts then, but she's in Thailand. I've got no actual female companion that I'm having sex with now then. So I am technically celibate. I'm not married, and I'm not engaging in sex with any woman, at least as far as I know. Oh, fuck me, I got wanked off the other night, but I was so good. Yeah, I'm just being joking. But as a healer, and that is one of my ministries, I've got gifts of the spirit. I've got quite a few, actually. Ego trip. Healing, prophecy. My voice has been consecrated for the service of the Lord. Cutting word, deliverance ministry. Again, that's something that generally only a celibate will move in, but I have moved in that already. And did during my stay at the church. It was witnessed by the brethren. that I could successfully cast out demons. We'll just keep it on that. Yeah. And I do that now. I know, very limited. But if the circumstances come here, I can call down the power of the blood and something will fucking happen. And some other cunt can go, I call down the power of the blood of Jesus, and fuck all will happen. I'm saying that just to clarify, to just parrot fashion certain things, but you aren't actually equipped, because it's not you that does this, it's the angelic kingdom getting there are other things involved in, for instance, calling down the power of the blood. So if one man can call down the power of the blood and fuck all happens. Yeah, another cunt can do it and fucking something does happen. Again, it's all karmic and it's all controlled. And I can move in that ministry and have done. I called down the power of the blood of Jesus Christ in Elgin bus station. Yeah, got a few funny looks, but most cunts just fucking, wouldn't touch them with a barge pole. That's the reaction you're trying to create. Well, not really, but it will create fear. Get it? Anyone who's got anything to hide, get it? And you will just try. I won't say try it. You call down the power of the blood of Jesus Christ. It will be the demonic or the darkness within them that will freak right out. Yeah. Others, that's the beauty of it, are totally innocent. Will just carry on walking as they were in the shopping centre, didn't turn around and look at me. Whatever they thought, he's just someone who's lost his rag a bit, I call down the power of the blood of Jesus Christ right now. Right? Yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah. And there were people on the bus with me. They didn't suddenly grab hold of me and, what the fuck was all that about, you cunt? They were just, whoa. And I just walked away. Well, I'm still here, didn't get sectioned. What for? Get the trip. I am a minister of Christ. And anybody who knows anything about the Baptist religion wouldn't bat an eyelid. In fact, I'd have them support me up to the boot. He's a lay minister. Be a chance for them to promote their religion. No, he's a lay Baptist priest. So imagine the police go to, what's fucking all this about? And because I can call them. As a mentally ill or person with a history of psychosis, I can call anybody, and you'll know about this, John, if you're there, to act as my representative in any possible interrogation, any attempt to section me. I can just call out names. I can give your name, John, to watch it. Yeah, anyone that I know. Because all that happened, John, you're probably gone. They would come to you and then they would say, look, would you know someone that would be prepared to act as Mr. Clark's independent witness? Because that's all you do. But you're there to make sure everything's all above board and there's no hanky-panky and the police have to follow the guidelines, get it? They have to have a search warrant, get it? And all the other things that are good. And even if a psychiatrist is called in, I can insist that there's an independent witness. So he listens to the psychiatrist's questions and listens to what I say. And it will all be scriptural bearing because I just turn it round on, you obviously, I'm winding and right. Oh, you obviously don't understand anything about the Baptist Christian religion, do you? And they'd have to admit, oh, no, I don't. Well, I don't want a cunt idiot like you then judging me. Get it? I can say that. Well, you're a cunt and an idiot then. I want someone that does follow the Baptist religion. Yeah. Could be anybody. King Walla Walla cunt, the head fuck, get it? Elgin Baptist, anyone who's an authorised Baptist minister. And then I'll give to them, or to the psychiatrist still, but they will be the witness, and it will all be scripturally backed up. Oh, I see, Mr. Clark. You'd even know. Oh, when did you have ministries and ministries in? I understand you're baptised, and I've got it all. I've got to have my Bible. Oh, it's in March 1988. Oh, I see. When did this happen? Oh, Jesus Fellowship Church, Bugbrook. all this can be checked. Right? Oh, I see. And what word of me? Because this isn't me. Get it? It's not an ego trip. Ministries of ministries is the witness of your brethren of what spiritual gifts you've moved in. Get it? And then the elders summarize it, because some people can be a bit over the top, but and it lasts about an hour, and it's a well-established spiritual initiationary, empowering experience. But again, get mature. The fucking average Joe fuck cunt idiot psychiatrist won't even know what he's talking about. Get it? So I've got him by the balls. Oh, you don't understand? Well, fuck off. And I can say that. Fuck off. I don't want you judging me, you cunt idiot. Yeah. I can swear what the fuck I don't. And I go to blow. I don't want this cunt. He's a cunt and an idiot. Can you get me someone that does understand and is a practicing member of the Baptist religion, please? And it can be just Joe Blogs at local Baptist church. They might not actively work in the gifts of the Spirit. Because that's what's happened. The Baptist religion's got watered down. But you fucking know about it. But so we don't actually practice that because we think it's a bit whatever, get it? But I say yes, but you know what ministries of ministries is? Yes. Do you know what the gifts of the Spirit are? Yes. And then I show him it. It's not me, get it? Oh, well, I've been accredited with moving in prophecy, get it, healing, blah, 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 blah. Voice has been consecrated to the Lord, rare, cutting word, rare, and deliverance ministry. There's probably a few other things as well. And the only thing he can answer is, well, that is how the scriptures teach it. But I've got to be honest with you, Mr. Clark, we don't actually practice that because we think it's a bit, but that's got fuck all to a bit far-fetched. Oh, fine, well, but I do practice it. And my church does practice it. Got them by the balls again. It's not them, the minister, but it's the police. Because I've been here before. I was sectioned under the Mental Health Act, and I went into a run-of-the-mill sort of low-caliber hearing. I can't think it's different in England, but the same trip. They're not judges, get it? They're members of the community, like a little panel, cunt idiots. There you are. People who haven't got any real experience of life. So I'm put in front of this panel, and I'm being charged with the possession of cannabis, but a very, very, very small amount. Enough for one joint. There's no dealing, get it, none of this shit. But I go in front of this man, and I'm asked, so how'd it go now? Yes, do you admit that this is cannabis? So I said, well, yes, I do. So I didn't have to, it was, but I mean, they didn't have all the hassle of having it tested and shit. I admitted to it, and I admitted it to the policeman that stopped me. That's how she gave him it. He's a London policeman, and he knew the scene, and the chip, well, that's his God. He had an apprentice policeman with him, and he openly shared with me, look, I wouldn't have arrested you. Because London had just thrown the hash away and told you on your way. Because all the paperwork involved and that, and it's just a thing, and he could see. Well, I told you to. No, I was just given this, mate. Smoke on the way home. And he could suss, he's telling the truth. But he had an apprentice-like policeman with him. And he was on thing from London as well. He was on whatever. Anyway, all this came out later. So I'm arrested and a thing, and I think I spent a night in the cell as well. And then I go in front of these idiots, right? Again. But that's how it is. Most of the people in these jurisdictional positions are idiot cunts. They don't know about marijuana. They don't know, what I mean? They just live in a totally different fucking fantasy world. They're the cunts that go down the discos, get it? Right? If it be known, I won't go to a fucking discotheque. Because what is it? It's just a sexual pickup. That is it. You're not going to meet people, bit of intellect exchange, and maybe there is a physical attraction, yeah. It's just, look for someone to stick my penis up. And the women are, I'm looking for some cunt to stick their penis up me. That's the level of it. Right. I digress. So where were we? Yeah. So I'm put in front of these people, okay. And one was a woman as well, but don't matter, this panel. And I admit to it being cannabis, because I couldn't give him a hard time and whatever. Yes, it is. Right. And then he said something like, he just started to tick me off like a little kid. Don't you know? I said, don't you know cannabis is an evil drug, right? Which he shouldn't have had. Well, whatever. I then, moving in the spirit, said, excuse me. That's what push. I don't need a cunt idiot like you to tell me what I can or cannot do with my own body. My body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, so I have a strict, you get it, discipline on myself, what I put in my body, get it? So I'm saying you're a cunt idiot and you haven't a clue, and I don't need you to tell me what I can or cannot do with my body. Well, that just blew the cunt's mind. No other word for it. Looked round at his thing. Right, how do you do it now? Yeah. I'm sending, you see, Paradigm, I'm sending you for a month's psychiatric reports. Now, that's fucking cunt shit in itself. Get it? So I'm put into prison for a month. Imagine, I could have had lots of things happen. Of course, anybody that's imagine your freedom's been curtailed for a month. Well, that's bollocks. Surely a psychiatrist could have been brought in a day. That's it. Can you examine this man? I think he's fucking mad or whatever. And he did as he did then, assess I wasn't mad. So when I eventually get to see a psychiatrist, we did this little interesting number, right? This is man-to-man stuff. Yes, look, for me, marijuana's my religion. But I realise you might not agree with that, but surely I have the right to practice my religion as I feel fit. Otherwise, you've got to call all these people that believe by taking a bit of bread and wine, so I'm having to go at the Roman Catholic, are also a bunch of deluded cunts. And I said, do you believe that is a sacrament? Or twist it around a bit more. If not, you've got to have all these cunts arrested. See, it's on a religious point. This is my religion. I believe it's a sacrament. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what I said to the cunt in the court. No man's got the right to tell me what I can or cannot do with my body. I'm not some immature cunt idiot. I take it very seriously what I put into my body. Get it? My body is the temple for the Holy Spirit. But this fucking little jokesy cunt, because he's shown up in front of his ears, made to look a cunt. Because he was a cunt. His remarks were out of order. I'm basically saying, who the fuck do you think you are, God? It's how the fuck do you know? It's just a load of cunt shit, which it is. Right, as we're beginning to realise. Marijuana is, I'm looking at the time. It's not bad, it's just over an hour. It's just quite, So, I've got the bank sorted. I've done that. I'll look at that in a minute. I'll look at Nationwide and see what I can find. So thanks again, John, for that. And Matty, I don't know if you're still with me, but yeah, it's weird because of our time difference. Oh, it's probably about 7 o'clock in the morning with you, Matty. So this isn't like, for me it is bedtime. Get it? It's just coming up to 12 o'clock midnight, but you're about 7 hours ahead. Yeah, I say, are you still there, Matty? Because you can do it. You obviously know the comment. If not, it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. So, I've been around, yeah, because I'm a street person and I have personal experiences of all the injustices that people are experiencing. People that smoke marijuana have been treated like shit. And just like the experience I've shared with you, been locked up in prison, locked up for psychiatric reports for a month. I mean, just put the trip in context. Imagine you're a working man. That's it. Your whole life's fucked because you've been put into prison for a month. Come on, and how many of you can say, well, when I came out, well, it might have, well, whatever. You've probably lost your job because of this stupid, snidey little cunt that has the power to have you put away for a month for a so-called psychiatric report. Me go round and say, in 5 minutes, me and this psychiatrist, I just came to a mutual understanding. Because they said, well, don't worry, I'm not going to section you. You know, man-to-man stuff. You know, you can believe what the fuck you want. That's freedom, you know. If you believe sticking a broomstick up your cunt ass. Didn't say that, but that's the trip. You have the freedom to believe what the fuck you like, as long as you're not hurting anyone else. And that's the trip with marijuana. I should be allowed to put anything into my body, and it's no cunt's business. If I'm out selling it, it's a different thing. But personal usage, and it was just a little bit like that. Oh, the other two, I got fined 50 quid. And that was a lot of money in those days. There you go. And as far as I'm concerned, I should have been given compensation. So when the psychiatrist eventually fucking gets to see me and obviously concludes that I'm not insane and that I don't need psychiatric help, well, I've got a month's experience in prison, you cunt, and I'd like some compensation for it. Of course, this is a mindfuck for the legal system and that, whatever, but this needs to be done because there are cunt idiots who are abusing their power every day of the fucking week. And this cunt idiot, I would like to find his name and have the cunt struck off. And I probably might. Got a few other things on my plate, but I can do that. Who were the cunts, because there are 3 of them, that sat on my panel that sentenced me for a month's psychiatric reports and fined me 50 quid, and yet the psychiatrist could have been brought to my attention a lot sooner. Why did I have to stay in prison for a month? Just think if I've done it, how much that could affect someone's life. They've got a job, and then they're locked away for a month for the possession of a little bit of marijuana. For fuck's sake. Yes, it does need evening out. Again, that's what I think one of my roles is. I've been exposed to all this sort of shit. My thing with my mobility allowance. Yeah. You know, why the fuck have I not been awarded? Well, we know why, because they're cunt idiots. That's it. Nearly 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with having a blood clot. And in my mind, it should have been automatic that my doctors informed the PIPS disability people or whatever the fuck they are. That's it. A little form to fill in. I've just diagnosed Mr. Clark today with such and such a blood clot, atrial fibrillation right, and feel he should be entitled to mobility allowance or whatever. It's just a little form that's compiled, a couple of ticks, doctor signs it, that goes to them. And that means it will be backdated to that date. Get it? The very day I'm diagnosed, that's it. Now, of course, it could be months later before I actually do get the benefit, but it's backdated to that date. Because the doctor surely is the authority in this sort of case. He's the one who's adequately trained and qualified to make a decision. on my medical condition or my legs condition. Of course he is. Not some cunt idiot fucking social worker come cunt in the pips, get it? And that's where it's wrong. That's right. Oh, they do. The chip is they do generally write to your doctor. Rare. But then if the doctor, because he's a busy man or whatever, does say that, because when I saw the doctors there, they said, well, I know, Mr. Clark, it's disgraceful, but we've done all we can do, which is to send in an accurate report, all the times that I've had the tests, get it and that, and it's just totally ignored. Why? Because I didn't turn up. But that's wrong. So I hope this MP does get on the case soon, because I'll be as happy as a motherfuck cunt in jam if I get a car. It won't solve all my issues. And then the other issue about this lottery winnings and that, again, the latest communique I've had with Mr. Fucking forgetting his name, because that's it, Mark Zuckerberg, was that I will be intending to contact a local House Angels chapter. But of course, I haven't got any money, and it's purely on their thing. But I've just suggested, could they send a couple of members who are official debt collectors, because a lot of angels do that as a living, and it's a legitimate form of living. Instead, all I want you to do is pop in there and ascertain, because they haven't. Mark Zuckerberg, no one has contacted me through video chat. Now, any cunt could see, well, that has solved this in minutes. Mr. Clark is cautious. Mr. Clark does, because everyone's told me it's scam, get it? And all Mr. Zuckerberg has done is continue, if it is him, to send me emails demanding money. And the two attempts that were made, I've got their names, I've got them on thing, I can video chat them, but they would just hang up. Get it? They've blown out. So I still haven't had conclusive evidence that this is genuine. Get it? There's been two attempts. I'll give you the names and find them. Oh, and they are actual members of staff. There's a Rosemary. She's got a name. Rosemary's their email address. rosemary3@gmail.com, and she's on Google Hangouts. And she's supposed to be a Facebook employee. Get it? Then there's can't read my own fucking writing. Oh, a Cheryl. I've got a surname. Let's have a look. Oh, a Cheryl. There you go. Sandberg. Right? The same trip. She does exist. And I went to talk to her through Hangouts, and she hung up. And yet she's meant to be contacting me. Then I get an email from George, fucking hell, what's his name? Zuckerberg, that Mark Zuckerberg, CEO, right? That I'm not to speak to any of his staff. So basically he's now clamped down on them that they're not. I don't know what he's scared of. To video chat with me. And that's what he said. It's not my policy to let staff. So he changed his mind. 1 minute this is going ahead and this looked brilliant. Oh, fucking hell. It's going on a year. Well, long fucking last, I'm going to get this sorted. Right? Then he changes his mind and gives me an email that I'm not to contact any of his staff. Get it? Yeah. And that it isn't his policy to let people video chat with me. So it means he is not going to be prepared to video chat with me either. Oh, for fuck's sake. Then, well, what have I said? Well, that's what I've done. I haven't done it as yet, but it won't take long. I said, well, I'm going to, as I believe I'm recognised by certain chapters of the Hells Angels, by certain, not all of them, All England chapter, the Freaky Few chapter, well, they're a small chapter. These are personal angels I know and have had actual dealings with the All England's probably the biggest chapter, and I met them at Stonehenge and turned them on, all right. But they still are free. That's what actually. No man has the right to tell you what to do. Not even Christ himself would tell you what to do. He would ask. So I'm asking now. I'm asking. I know it's crazy, Ryan. It isn't. Well, it isn't, because I can post this. Yeah. Blessed angels who are in the vicinity of California, and I can give you the exact vicinity. The bank for Facebook is based in what's called Menlo Park. And it's got a name, quite unusual, Banky, I spell that, Banki, Ace, A-C-E. Now, this is Facebook's bank. I was certain, right? Could you please, if it's possible, Matty. Oh, dear. So I don't know, I'm not, because this fucks this up. I'm nearly finished. If I go and answer Matty, then I'm nearly finished. You just have to wait, for fuck's sake. If you do reside near, see, it does muck up your flow, Banky Ace in Menlo Park, California, which is the bank of Facebook, is it possible, and I'm only asking, for some members to pop in there and as your function as a debt collector, because you've got members that work in this, if you have, but there'll be a chapter that does, I know that, to pop in there in your official capacity as debt collectors and say you're here on behalf of Graham Clark. Is it possible to see someone involved with your lottery scheme? And I can give you names, Kate, Tim, but someone involved with their lottery scheme. Now, can you please verify if this lottery winnings of $750,000 and a Toyota car, Highlander, that's significant because there's a certain thing they were supposedly running, get me? So it wasn't just money, it was money with a car, I know that, is valid for a Graham Clark based in Scotland. Give me the postcode, IV308NZ. He was told, or he's got a certificate, this is nearly a year ago, but he claims he's been in email connection, right, with Kate, Tim, Mark Zuckerberg, Greg Anderson, who's supposed to be part of the admin, and there's a few other cunts, but basically been in email contact with you. Is this true? Is this valid? Or is this all a load of cunt shit? And that's a different trip then. You've done me a favour in doing that, and I will, when I can, give you some kind of reasonable reward for doing that. So that's all I'm asking you to do now. And then you can get back to me either through direct messenger video chat, if you do, again, if you can, I'm sure you have access to Facebook. And I'd like to video chat with you anyway. I like eye-to-eye contact. But if not, I've got an email. Right? I'll spell it now. Gampa, GHAMPA 77 @gmail.com. If someone can get back to me via email with either, well, it's a two-way, yes, you have actually got this lottery winnings. Oh, great. Then I will then renegotiate with you and authorize you to pick up this money, $750,000, and to also pick up my Toyota Highlander car. Obviously, I have to send you some kind of written notification, and we will at that juncture agree on a reasonable fee. Because what I intend to do is that you then get my money sent to me. Although I'm in the process of changing banks, but that shouldn't be a problem. I'm doing that now in a minute. I'm going to look at, but that's all. And I will fly to California, pay you what you feel I owe you for doing that. Well, it's 10% or whatever. You've got a fair, you're a company, you've got to earn a living. And I'll pick up my car, so you obviously assist me in that, or wherever it is, and whatever. Probably be still with a dealer, get it. And that'd be great. But if it's the other option, no. Again, I repeat, I still feel I owe you something for doing that, and I'm really grateful because you see what a fucking head fuck it's been for me. Then I obviously take my own actions, whatever that is. Whatever it is, I don't know, moving in the spirit, but I will reimburse you a reasonable fee for doing that. So I know this is all off the air and off the wall, but this video will be posted as far as I can to certain definite Hell's Angels chapters who happen to be either on Facebook. Obviously, I suss them out myself or whatever. I've had the New York Angels actually contact me. Well, there you go. I've had some other angels, but they did look a bit physical. How can I put that? They had these masks on baseball bats. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for angels who set themselves up in a good business that they be good at, i.e. debt collection, and probably, I don't know laws in America, but probably officially authorised debt collectors are armed. I don't know about that, but whatever. Or probably are allowed to call sticks or whatever. Oh, let's get this straight. Facebook are not going to like this. Imagine it. You just need to go in there, and if you get fobbed off, well, he isn't here, he ain't come back now. Oh, so we're sitting wait. Now that's going to fuck their business right up. They want to get you dealt with. Imagine it, mate. 5 or 6 angels sat in a fucking bank in Menlo Park. Yeah. Oh, I think you get swift service, and rightly so. So obviously I'm waffling and waffling. If you do get that, so you've got my email address, and I will now try and send this to someone who can get this to Hell's Angels, and we'll take it from there. God bless you. It's an hour and a half, and I have got my goddaughter hassling me to talk to me.